Morning, everyone. June the 12th, Friday, almost weekend. Have you ever noticed in life how some folk are just always negative? It's never good enough. You really can break your neck almost, go the extra mile for them, and they hardly seem to be aware of what you've done, or they are critical of it. It could have been done better. It should have been done faster. And they just never really seem to say thank you. Folk who are almost just perpetually negative about life. There's no rain. Oh, it's about to be a drought. It's the end of our lives. And that can be so draining, so negative. I prefer those folk who try and put a positive spin on things. I'm not talking about being unrealistic, and I'm not talking about those so-called negative people who are just unhappy at that particular moment in time. They're irritable, something's gone wrong, and they just for that period are slightly negative. But those who are perpetually negative, I prefer those who are a lot more positive and encouraging. It seems to generate within me a desire to go even further, to do more for that kind of person. And I share that because today we remember a man from Scripture called Barnabas. Barnabas was not his real name, by all accounts. It was probably his nickname. Scripture says that his proper name would have been Joseph. Now, Barnabas means son of encouragement, and that was the reputation that this man, Barnabas, brought upon himself. In one instance, he and Paul were visiting people who were very superstitious, and listening to them, they decided that these weren't just men, these must be gods in human form come to earth. And Paul and Barnabas just about had a heart attack at the thought that they were being called gods. And these people called Paul Mercury because he was the god of the messenger. And they called Barnabas Jupiter, the father of all the gods, the senior god of all the gods in this Greek mythology. And that speaks about the stature of Barnabas. We don't know what his physical stature was. Maybe he was a big, imposing man. But certainly, I suggest to you, the stature of his being a person of encouragement must have impacted largely on the people. And so perhaps a combination of those two. A big man, but a man of encouragement. So my message for us today is to say, to what extent do you and I encourage people around us? We may honestly think they could have done better, but to simply say that isn't helpful. And I believe a person of encouragement would say to them, well done. I know you can do better, and I have faith in you. And to encourage them, don't drop the hints about that it could have been done better. Just encourage them. Is there something we can do this weekend? Encourage those around us. Tell them how good they've done, and they will go the extra mile. They'll evaluate, and they'll become even better still. So, my friends, the message for today, and I'm thinking now that most of us are back in the offices, I probably won't do a message tomorrow. You can plead and beg, and if it comes across really nicely, then maybe I will tomorrow. But otherwise, we'll chat again next week. So God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.